There's just running, so I'm good. I will do anything for our speakers, including run, which is really impressive. All right. Okay, I'm not even being melodramatic at the moment. I'm very out of shape. Okay. Our next speaker, who is now more hydrated than he was a moment ago, is Gregory Layer. Now, a few things to know about Gregory. If he wants to break into dance, all you need to do is put on Good Day by Nappy Roots. If he could collect anything, it would be cars, although I didn't ask him what kind of cars. So if it's like Nissan Altimas, I'm not really impressed. But Porsche, okay. He'll collect Porsches. So he would collect those. And then his favorite kind of dip is blue cheese. And I'm sad to admit that when I was writing these down, I wrote blue, B-L-E-W. So that's on me and not on Gregory. Please welcome him to the stage.
All right. Hello, everyone. So, the year was 1990. I was 26. I had just graduated magna cum laude from Cal Poly. I was a competitive athlete. I had just started my dream job. Life seemed easy. That easy feeling didn't last very long, though. Soon after starting my first job, I began to notice a slight tremor in my hands and feet. Over the next several years, that tremor became progressively worse. I found myself sitting in more and more exam rooms waiting for all manner of medical specialists. I came to loathe the sound of that crinkly paper that I could not quiet. Then, on February 14th, 1994, at the age of 29, my life took a turn I was not prepared for. I was told, Gregory, of course you have Parkinson's. I lost all hope in that moment. I'm not sure how I made it out through that day, and I'm certainly not sure how I made it through the next several years. I was sure of one thing, though. I was sure that at some point I would end up taking my own life. Fortunately, PD doesn't kill you quickly. This gave me the time and space to think. For years, my life became an exercise in getting through each day. Then one day, I made a striking observation. Parkinson's wasn't ruining my day. I was. That observation was the first step in me taking my life back. So, how was I ruining my day? Well, simply put, I have anger issues. Through many therapy sessions, I came to understand that my anger was a coping strategy of a little boy inside me. He would lash out at those responsible for the hurt he experienced. My therapist suggested making peace with that little boy would be a good place to start the healing. So I closed my eyes and imagined all of my personas in me lined up next to one another. There they were. Professional Greg, husband Greg, athlete Greg, little Greg, and of course, Parkinson's Greg. I thanked that little boy in me for getting us through that difficult time in my childhood. The impact was immediate. It felt as though my heart had been trapped in a block of ice and for years, and that I had taken a sledgehammer to that. The shards of hurt and anger fell by the wayside. I cried as feelings of joy rushed in to fill the vacant space where the anger and hurt once lived. The next step seemed obvious. I wrapped my arms around him and I told him I loved him. I was completely blown away by the transformation of how I felt. Then a curious thought crossed my mind. Should I do the same thing with Parkinson's Greg? Before I could answer that question, something in me took control and simply said, I love you, Parkinson's. That simple statement had a profound impact. That moment began a steady unwinding of my symptoms, and I have not looked back since. Choosing to love Parkinson's has had a ripple effect in my life. I live with clarity of purpose and intention that I use to create beauty each and every day. I have learned to accept and embrace the challenges that I face in my life. Any time spent fighting what is time wasted. Or as Nietzsche describes it, amor fati, love your fate. So, my question to you is, what will you do with your one wild and precious life? For me, I choose to love.
That was awesome, Gregory.